This is the free motion quilting tutorial for spiral boomerangs. This design is stitched by first stitching a square spiral. So you're going to stitch a square and then go inside with a very tight closed spiral. And that means that you're not going to leave space for yourself. You're going to stitch right on the stitching line that you stitched into the spiral back out. That's a closed spiral. Once you get outside of your spiral, then you start with your boomerangs, and that is just simply a nice wide V shape like a boomerang, and you're going to start to bend this around and make it swirl around the square spiral. This is kind of a funky design. It's combining a lot of different shapes, a lot of different angular shapes, which makes it very fun. Don't worry too much about your boomerangs being perfect. You see how I just kind of bent that around the square spiral that I started with, and that's exactly what you want to do. As you move from space to space, you want to be able to flow and twist those spiral boomerangs around. Once you fill in as many boomerangs as you want around your spiral, just start another spiral in a slightly different direction. And again, fill in with more boomerangs around it. And those triangular shapes, what I find the easiest thing to do is to stitch a couple of them, and then when the sides become so long that they're getting a little unwieldy, that's when I just simply stitch along the side. Then you see how long that is? Now I make the triangle go that way. And that is really the easiest way to keep it under control, because when the lines get really long, it's really easy to start curving them, which is not what you want to do. You want them to stay straight and sharp, not curved. So it's very, very fun. This is a really funky stacking design, and it combines two of my favorite design types, and that is boomerang, which is a very interesting stacking design, kind of similar to overlapping petals, and square spiral. I love spirals in all shapes and forms, and you can see it has a very, very interesting texture. Now, of course, this is a design that is quite complex and quite time consuming to stitch. This little square, 4-inch square, took me about 30 minutes. So keep that in mind. Of course, if you want to put it somewhere big, simply expand the design, make it bigger, and it should go a lot faster. And here's what it looks like when you finish spiral boomerangs. For over 200 videos on free motion quilting, go to daystyledesigns.com.